Welcome back, everybody, to C&S Corvettes in Sarasota, Florida. This is your old friend Lyle, here to talk to you about some cool Corvette stuff. Today's subject is one that's near and dear to my heart because it has cost me money in the past when I didn't adhere to this one simple rule. But before I get to that, please like and subscribe just so that we can register that you have viewed and that you have enjoyed this video, because not only does that matter to us as the people who create it, it matters to YouTube and their algorithms to get us wider exposure. So if you appreciate what you see here, at least hit the like button to say that you liked it, because that helps us get to new people who we can help in the future. I appreciate that, and thank you in advance. Now, back to what we were talking about. There are simple things you can do when you're working under the hood of your car that will A, not get you hurt, B, not cost you a bunch of extra money for a stupid mistake, and C, are just good practice to get used to anytime you're working under the hood of your Corvette. The number one, foremost of these is you can't trust the hood prop. Let me repeat that. You cannot trust the hood prop. In C3s, it was either a click-off ratchet extension. In C or the scissors type of stamped metal thing that you would hit to knock into place. Starting in C4s, we still had the scissors in the early C4s holding up that gigantic hood, which when it was introduced in 1984 was the largest single panel ever installed on an automobile to that point. So, point there. And then moving into the 90s, you had the telescoping kind of gas-assisted strut for the hood on the C4 that then clicked off to the side and would sit down and lock, in theory. Moving on to the C5s, 6s, and 7s, everything is those small replaceable gas struts. They all share one common problem. You can't trust them. Why can't you trust them? Because if you have the locking metal mechanism in the earlier Corvettes, a breeze, if you're outside, can move that hood just enough to help unlock it, and it can fall on your head or fall on your tools or anything under the hood and either damage the hood, damage you, or damage the engine. Also, oftentimes when you're working under the hood, you're not paying attention to where your elbows are under there, and you can very easily knock any of those things just a little bit, and then the aforementioned breeze comes through and either a concussion or body shop, one of the two, and you're gonna have it. This gets particularly bad in the C4 run because that hood is so big and so heavy. And if you haven't noticed, on a C4 hood, the edges come down like this behind the front wheels, and they're all very sharp. It's like a guillotine if that thing drops on you because of the weight. And we've all been there and had a hood drop on us because we trusted the hood prop. Don't do that. So what do you do? And C5s, obviously gas struts. The gas struts will go bad. They'll keep the hood up, but eventually it'll just drop because they lose pressure, especially when it's cooler out. So all of these cars, you can solve this problem by getting one of these. This is an extendable auxiliary hood prop, and you can put it against the floor. You can put it against the cross member under the engine. You can put it against the top of the engine, and little rubber cushion at the top keeps you from scraping your hood. Anytime you're going to be under your hood, make sure you have one of these in place as an auxiliary safety for both your head and your hood and anything else that might be in the vicinity that could get destroyed if that hood slammed unexpectedly. You don't have to have one of these extendable ones. You can use almost anything. You could use a broom handle. You could use frozen kingfish because you can't do anything else with the frozen kingfish. Just jam it in there and let it hold. Danny DeVito, if you know him, he can come over and hold it for you. All these things are possible. Point being, don't work under your hood without having some sort of additional hood prop in place so that if the first one fails, you or your car don't get hurt. Super simple, but people don't think about it until after the fact, and then they tell their friends stories for years about how they almost got brained by their Corvette. If you find this helpful, please let me know. comment below. Any questions about hoods, hood props, anything like that? If your hood props are broken or bad or needing replaced, you can certainly contact me through the comments below, and I will help you however I can. Again, this is Lyle at C&S Corvettes. Thank you for watching.